Hello everyone, this is D. Chinnagokari. In this video lecture, I am going to explain about the solution chapter. In previously, I have explained about what is the solution, means brief introduction of solutions, methods of expressing concentration and solubility of solids in liquids, what are the factors effect on the solubility of solid in liquid and gas in liquid. There I have discussed several laws like Dalton's law and Henry's law. In this video lecture, I am going to discuss about solubility of liquids in liquids and vapor pressure. Solubility of liquid in liquids. So here in solubility of liquids, before let us discuss the liquid type of mixtures. Here liquid type of mixtures are mainly three types. They are, first one is miscible liquids. Miscible liquids means the liquid completely dissolves in one another liquid. For example, when you take the water plus alcohol, water and alcohol completely dissolve in one another. Such type of liquids are called miscible liquids. See, so one liquid dissolve in another liquid completely. Such type of liquids are called miscible liquids. Next, partially miscible liquids means, so here when you take the few amount of one liquid in another liquid only it dissolves, and when you take more amount it does not going to dissolve. See, for example, water plus nicotine and water plus phenol. So here these type of mixtures, so when you add a little bit quantity of nicotine to the water, then only it dissolves. Here phenol also, when you add a little quantity of phenol in the water, then only it dissolves and form a homogeneous mixture. But when you add more amount of nicotine or more amount of phenol, they are not going to dissolve and they form heterogeneous mixture. Means little quantity of one solute dissolving the solvent. That type of liquids are called partially miscible liquids. Little quantity of solute dissolve in the liquid or in the solvent. Both are solvent or liquids only. So such type of liquids are called partially miscible liquids. Example, water, nicotine, water plus phenol. Next, third type of liquids, that is immiscible liquids. So here what are the immiscible liquids? The liquids, even though when you add small quantity also, they are not at all going to dissolve. Such type of liquids are called what? Immiscible liquids. For example, benzene plus water, CCl4, carbon tetrachloride plus H2O. So they are not at all, does not dissolve. Even if you add in little quantity also, they are not at all going to dissolve. Such type of liquids are called immiscible liquids. So this is the type of liquid mixtures. And then after we will learn about the vapor pressure. vapor pressure of liquids. Vapor pressure of liquids. So first of all, what is vapor pressure of liquid? So vapor pressure of liquid means, so here the pressure exerted by the liquid molecules, pressure exerted by the liquid molecules on the, pressure exerted by the gas molecules on over the liquid surface. Now, so these dots you consider as the gas phase and this is the liquid phase. So here this gas exerts some pressure over the liquid, that is called what? Vapor pressure. So this vapor pressure we can measure by using the manometer. So when you see at initial conditions the vapor pressure is less, and as time passes the vapor pressure gradually increases and it reaches a constant value, which means in that condition the sum of the liquid is changing into gas and gas is entering into the liquid. So here both forward reaction and backward reaction is occurs with the same speed, means equilibrium is established, so that at this point pressure is constant. So now the pressure what we record here, that is called vapor pressure of liquid. Vapor pressure of liquid. So here we are taking only liquid, means that's why it is called vapor pressure of pure liquid, and it is also called P naught, vapor pressure of the pure liquid. Based on this vapor pressure we can divide the solutions into two types, means liquids into two types, that is based on the vapor pressure liquids are two types. Liquids are two types. So they are volatile liquids and non-volatile liquids. Volatile liquids means easily evaporates and have more vapor pressure at given temperature. So here non-volatile liquids not easily evaporates, so that they have less vapor pressure at given temperature. So when you draw a graph between the vapor pressure it is the vapor pressure and temperature different for different type of liquids. So let us take the pressure here 1 atmosphere. So initially the liquids are which are having volatile nature, means easily evaporates, they puts more pressure and they reaches to the 1 atmosphere pressure at a very less condition. For example, ether is highly volatile liquid, and acetone also highly volatile liquid, and you get alcohol, ethyl alcohol, and water at 100 degrees Celsius it reaches to the 1 atmosphere, alcohol that is 74, acetone 60, like that, which is having more vapor pressure, that is having less boiling point, means easily evaporates. Okay. So here, which means at the given same temperature ether can exert more vapor pressure, and at the given same temperature this water exerts less vapor pressure. So that is the meaning of this graph. Okay. Yes. Next let us discuss about the if two mixture of liquids. When we have the mixture of liquids, what about the vapor pressure? Yes. vapor pressure of a mixture of volatile liquids. Means here we are taking the solution of two liquids. Here two liquids are volatile, means liquid A is also volatile, liquid B is also volatile, means this liquid phase is converting into gas phase. Liquid phase is converting into gas phase. Liquid phase is converting into gas phase and it exerting some vapor pressure. So this vapor pressure, here that vapor pressure is equal to vapor pressure of solution. Vapor pressure of solution or total vapor pressure Pt is equal to partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B. So here what is the partial pressure of A? Partial pressure of A means pressure exerted by the gas, means substance A, pressure exerted by A. Pb means partial pressure of B means pressure exerted by B. Only here the total pressure is equal to partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. Why? Because in this mixture both A and B are volatile, both are converting into gaseous state, both are exerting some pressure. Means this total pressure is because of partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. So here we have a Raoult law to the mixture of volatile liquids. Here according to Raoult law, the vapor pressure of a volatile liquid in the vapor pressure of the volatile liquid is directly proportional to mole fraction, proportional to its mole fraction. So here the vapor pressure of the volatile liquid is directly proportional to mole fraction. So here means partial pressure of A is the vapor pressure of a volatile liquid, or you can also call it as a partial pressure. Partial pressure or the vapor pressure of a volatile liquid is directly proportional to its mole fraction. So its mole fraction is indicated with the chi A. So here mole fraction is nothing but it is one of the method of expressing concentration indicated with chi A. Here partial pressure of A is directly proportional to mole fraction of A. So to remove this proportionality, we can keep Pa is equal to P naught A chi A. So where Pa is equal to partial pressure of A, chi A is equal to mole fraction of A. P naught A is equal to vapor pressure of pure liquid A. And here according to Raoult's law, Pb also partial pressure of B is equal to its mole fraction of B. So that to remove this proportionality also, here we can keep Pb is equal to P naught B chi B. So here in this expression what is PB here? What is PB? PB is equal to partial pressure of B, partial pressure of B, and chi B is equal to mole fraction of B, mole fraction of B, and P naught B is equal to vapor pressure of pure liquid B, vapor pressure of pure liquid B. So this is one of the Raoult law. So according to Raoult law, what we can say here, the vapor pressure of the volatile liquid is directly proportional to its mole fraction. So by using this Raoult's law, we can draw the graph also. We can represent this law in the form of graph. Okay. So here let us draw a graph. So this is mole fraction of A is equal to 1. Here mole fraction of B is equal to 0. Means in this at this point we have only substance A, and the pressure exerted by the liquid at this point only because of A. So that's why this pressure is also known as P naught A. And when you go from here to here, left to right, mole fraction of B, mole fraction of A continuously decreases, and at one point it becomes 0. And here partial pressure of A is also decreases continuously, linearly it decreases and reaches to 0, approaches to 0. And here initially mole fraction of B is equal to 0, means there is no B, and when you go from left to right, gradually the mole fraction of B increases. At one point mole fraction of B is equal to 1, means there is no mole fraction of A, no substance of A, and only the substance of B is present. So here the pressure exerted by the B is pressure exerted by the solution is because of only B. So it is the P naught B, and here from here to here the mole fraction of B gradually increases, and we can see increase in the partial pressure of B is also linearly with the mole fraction of B. So that we will get a graph like this. So this is the PA partial pressure of A, this is the PB partial pressure of B. And what about the total pressure? Total pressure we already know PT is equal to partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B. So here partial pressure of A, PT is equal to partial pressure of A, P naught chi A plus partial pressure of B, P naught chi B. Okay. So here we can represent the total pressure with any one of the mole fraction. So now we can remove this chi A, P naught. So we can write 1 minus chi B plus P naught chi B. Why? Because we already know sum of mole fraction is always equal to 1. Chi A plus chi B is equal to 1. Therefore chi A is equal to 1 minus chi B. Okay. So we can use this. So chi A, in the place of chi A we can write the 1 minus chi B. So here PT is equal to P naught minus P naught chi B plus P naught chi B. Okay. Now from this is P naught A, this is P naught B. Okay. P naught A. So here this is the P naught A chi B, this is P naught A, this is P naught B chi B. From this you take the common chi B, means PT is equal to P naught A minus P naught A plus P naught B into chi B, which means by using any one of the mole fraction of the liquid mixtures of volatile liquids, we can find the total pressure. So here total pressure is also linearly changes with the partial mole fraction of A and mole fraction of B, so that we can get a total pressure curve like this. So this is the total pressure, that is equal to P naught A plus P naught B. So according to, when you follow the Raoult law, we get this type of curve. Okay. So what Raoult's law says here, Raoult's law says that the partial pressure or the vapor pressure of a volatile liquid is directly proportional to its mole fraction. When you take the liquid mixture, volatile liquid mixtures, in that volatile liquid mixtures, both A and B are going to be evaporate, so that they are going to exert some pressure. This vapor pressure is because of substance A and substance B, means volatile liquid A and volatile liquid B. So that here total pressure P naught is equal to partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. So here partial pressure of A means pressure exerted by A, partial pressure of B means pressure exerted by B in solution. So Raoult's law, for this Raoult's law says that for this type of mixture of solutions, what Raoult's law says here, the vapor pressure or the partial pressure of volatile liquid is directly proportional to its mole fraction. So Pa is directly proportional to chi A, Pa is equal to P naught A chi A. So to remove this proportionality, we are using a constant, that is P naught A. So it is just looking like Henry's law. In Henry's law, we took here constant, that is Henry's constant, but here we are taking the P naught A. Next, Pb is also directly proportional to chi B. So means the partial pressure of B is directly proportional to its mole fraction. So therefore Pb is equal to P naught B chi B. So total pressure is equal to Pa plus partial pressure of A plus partial pressure of B. So Pt is equal to partial P naught A chi A plus P naught B chi B. So when you do this, so we can come to know partial pressure of or total pressure of the solution is the sum of partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. It is linearly depends on the mole fraction of A and mole fraction of B. So we can get such type of graph. Okay. So this is about Raoult's law and graph. Next, let us discuss the type of solutions. Okay, based on the Raoult's law, which means here this is for the Raoult's law for volatile liquids. When the Raoult's law is having good result, means when the solutions and it is applicable for, okay, next I will discuss what are the limitations of the Raoult's law after discussing the vapor pressure, after discussing the type of solutions based on the Raoult's law. Okay, now let us discuss the type of solutions based on this Raoult law. Next, let us discuss about the type of solutions based on the Raoult law. So based on the Raoult law, we can divide the solutions into two types, that is ideal solutions and non-ideal solutions. So here what is an ideal solution, children? Ideal solution means the solution which obey the Raoult law. The solution which obey Raoult law. Raoult's law. The solution which obey the Raoult's law, that is called ideal solution. And what is a non-ideal solution? The solution which does not obey Raoult law. The solution which does not obey the Raoult law, that is called non-ideal solution. So here we already know if the solution obey the Raoult law means delta V of mixing is equal to 0. Delta V of mixing equal to 0 means when you mix the two type of solutions, there is no increase or decrease in the value. For example, when I am mixing the 50 ml of A, 10 ml of B, so the total volume is 60 ml. And delta H of mixing is also equal to 0 means there is no heat absorbed or released. No heat energy is absorbed or heat energy is released. And here total pressure is equal to partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. This is the Raoult's law. So the total pressure is equal to partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. And here the interaction between AB type of molecules almost is equal to interactions between the AA or interactions between the BB. So such type of solutions are called what? Ideal solutions. In ideal solutions, we already know we get a graph likewise. So here chi A is equal to 1, chi A equal to 0 means we get a curve like this. Here chi B is equal to 0, chi B is equal to 1 means we can get a curve like this, and the total pressure we get like this. This is the PT. PT is equal to partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. Here it is the partial pressure of A, it is the partial pressure of B. It is the P naught B and it is the P naught A. So such type of solutions are called what? Ideal solutions. And here example for the ideal solution, we can take benzene plus toluene. Benzene plus toluene is an example of ideal solution. N-hexane, N-heptane. N-hexane plus N-heptane. N-hexane and N-heptane is also one of the example of ideal solution. And we can take chlorobenzene, bromobenzene. Chlorobenzene and bromobenzene. Dichloroethane and dichlorobromine and dichloroethane means C2H5Cl, chloroethane and bromoethane, C2H5Br, etc. Likewise, we can take the examples for ideal solutions. And what is a non-ideal solution, children? Non-ideal solution means the solution which does not obey the Raoult law. That is called what? Non-ideal solutions. Non-ideal solutions means here they are not going to obey the Raoult law, means PT is not is equal to partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B, and here PA is also not equal to P naught A chi B, and PB is also not equal to P naught B chi B. So such type of behavior is that non-ideal behavior. And here AB interactions are not equal to AA type of interactions and BB type of interactions. And delta V of mixing also is not equal to 0. Delta H of mixing is also is not equal to 0. Such type of behavior is called non-ideal behavior. So this non-ideal behavior again classified into two types. So what is the non-ideal behavior? We already know, means which is the solution which does not obey the Raoult law, that is called non-ideal behavior. So in non-ideal behavior, total pressure is not equal to partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. Here partial pressure is also not equal to partial P naught A chi B. Partial pressure B also is not equal to P naught B, P naught A chi A here P naught B chi B. Means we are not getting here like this graph. Okay, so again this non-ideal behavior is two types, that is the first one is positive deviation and second one is negative deviation. So first of all, what is a positive deviation from the Raoult law? So here a positive deviation means this is also not obey the Raoult law. Here delta V of mixing is greater than 0. For example, when you are mixing 50 ml of A and 10 ml of B, so the total volume it is greater than 60. Total volume is greater than 60. But when you add these two, you are getting only 60, but after addition the volume become more than 60. And here delta H of mixing is greater than 0 means this system is going to absorb some energy. Absorb energy, and here AB type of interactions are very less when you compare to the AA type or BB type of interactions. For example, you can take acetone plus CS2. Acetone plus CS2 shows positive deviation. Acetone plus CS2 shows positive deviation, and also alcohol plus water also shows deviation. Which type of deviation? Positive deviation. It shows the positive deviation from the Raoult law. So how we can understand the intermolecular interactions? Let us take the alcohol and water. We already know water formula H2O. Here there are some intermolecular attractions are present in the water molecules. So this is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. This is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So in water molecule, but when you add alcohol to this water molecules, so here alcohol is going to enter in between C2H5OH, ethyl alcohol, C2H5OH, C2H5OH. So this ethyl alcohol is going to enter in between these water molecules, and it breaks this hydrogen bonding present in between the water molecules, so that the water molecules moving far away and the volume is increasing and they easily evaporates. Water also easily evaporates and ethyl alcohol is also easily evaporates. So that here what we get, PT is greater than the partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B. PT is greater than, total pressure is greater than the partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B, and also PA is also is greater than the P0A chi A. PB, partial pressure of B is also is greater than P0B chi B, P0B and chi B. So this is the behavior of positive deviation, means here we get more vapor pressure than the expected value. We get more vapor pressure than the expected value. For example, this is the chi A is equal to 1, chi A equal to 0. So from here to here actually we should get this type of, here we should get this type of dotted line curve. But experimentally we get this blue line, means the vapor pressure of, partial pressure of A is greater than the calculated value. It is not following the Raoult's law. And also chi B, here chi B equal to 0, chi B equal to 1, chi B equal to 0 and chi B equal to 1. So here also actually we should get a curve like this, which I am showing with the black marker, but actually we get a curve like this, more vapor pressure. Means here both partial pressure of A and partial pressure of B are greater than the expected value. This is the partial pressure of B, and the total pressure actually we should get like this, this black mark. But here we get total pressure more than the calculated value. Means experimental partial pressure is greater than the calculated value in the positive deviation. Why? Because see here in the case of water and alcohol we can understand that thing. So initially the water is having intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Before addition of this alcohol to the water molecules are very closer. But when you add ethyl alcohol to this water, this ethyl alcohol is entering in between the water molecules, so that the water molecules are moving far away. Why? Because the attraction forces, this hydrogen bonding is decreasing, so that the water molecules are moving far away, so that the volume is slightly increases. And when they are moving far away, they can easily evaporate. So that shows positive deviation. And coming to the negative deviation from the Raoult law. So here negative deviation from the Raoult law means it is also not obeying the Raoult law. Here negative deviation means it is having less vapor pressure when you compare to this ideal behavior. So here delta V of mix is less than 0, which means when you add a substance A, 50 ml of substance A and 10 ml of substance B, the total volume is less than 60 ml. But in the case of positive deviation, total volume is greater than the total volume of this substance A and substance B. In the case of negative deviation, the total volume is less than the sum of the substance A and substance B. And here delta H of mixing is less than 0 or negative, which means it is exothermic process. Exothermic means heat releases. The heat energy releases. Here heat energy is absorbed, means this is endo and this is the exothermic process. And AB interactions are greater than the AA interactions or BB interactions. Means AA is the solvent, BB is the solute, like that we can consider. So here when you compare the solute-solvent interactions, solute-solute and solvent-solvent interactions, here solute-solvent is having more attraction than the solute and solute, solvent and solvent, so that the volume is reducing here. So example we can take acetone plus aniline. Acetone plus aniline shows the negative deviation, and you can take the water and acid. Water plus any acid. Water plus any acid shows negative deviation. For example, here let us take acetone and aniline case. We already know aniline, like it is NH2, and acetone C double bond O CH3. So when this is, let us consider this is the A type of molecule, this is the B type of molecule. When they are approaching close together, so there one interaction develops, some van der Waals forces arises. So that van der Waals force is here, that is hydrogen bond. So that the molecules are coming close together, AB molecules are coming close together. So here only we can observe that AB interactions are greater than the AA type of interactions and BB type of interactions. Okay. So it forms a hydrogen bond here, and they are coming closer together. So that when you draw a graph between the mole fraction of A and mole fraction of A is equal to 0, mole fraction of A is equal to 1, mole fraction of A is equal to 0. So actually we should get curve like this. But when you see practically we get this type of curve, means partial pressure of A is less than the P naught A chi A, means it is less than the expected value. Why? Because the molecules are coming very close together and they are not easily evaporates. Next, when you draw a curve of partial pressure of B is equal to 0, chi B is equal to 1, means from here to here the partial pressure should increase like this. But when you see practically we get curve like this, means here PB is also less than P naught B chi B, and total pressure is also, actually we should get when you apply the Raoult's law, but we get curve like this. So the total pressure is less than the expected value, means calculated value by using the Raoult's law. So PT is less than PA plus PB. So this is the results we get from the negative deviation. So this is the about type of solutions, that is ideal solutions and non-ideal solutions. Here based on the Raoult's law we can classify the solutions into two types, that is ideal solutions and non-ideal solutions. Ideal solutions means the solutions which obey the Raoult law, that is called ideal solution. Non-ideal solution means which are not going to obey the Raoult's law, that is non-ideal solutions. Okay. So non-ideal solutions again positive deviation and negative deviation. So this is the theory behind the why the solutions show deviation from the Raoult's law. Okay. Next we will discuss about a small concept which is related to the positive deviation and negative deviation. So that is azeotropic mixtures and geotropic mixtures. Next let us discuss about a small concept in the ideal and non-ideal solutions, that is geotropic mixtures and azeotropic mixtures. So here geotropic mixtures are the mixture boils, the constituent of mixture boils at different temperatures. The type of mixtures are called what? Geotropic mixtures. The constituents of mixture, boils at different temperatures. The constituent of mixtures are boils at different temperature. That is called what? Geotropic mixture. So the mixture can be separated by using distillation process, that is called geotropic mixture. Example for the geotropic mixture: methyl alcohol CH3OH plus water. It is forms as a geotropic mixture, methyl alcohol and water, and chlorobenzene and bromobenzene, they act as the geotropic mixtures, means these boils at different temperatures so that we can separate them very easily. So here in methyl alcohol it forms at 74 degrees Celsius. It is water boils at 100 degree Celsius. By using the distillation process we can separate that mixture, that is called geotropic mixture. But generally it happens, but some mixtures are there, they are not that some type of mixtures we cannot separate by using the distillation process. Why? Because the mixture is having constant boiling point, constant boiling point. So the mixture is having constant boiling point and the mixture boils at the same temperature, means here constituents cannot be separated by using the distillation process. Why? Because the two substances are boils at the same temperature. For example, you can take acetone plus aniline, acetone, aniline. We cannot separate them. Why? Because they boils at the same temperature. So here again this azeotropes. Azeotrope means simply nothing but the mixture which we cannot separate by using the distillation process. Why? Because here the constituents of the mixture boils at the same temperature in the same ratio only. Means they act, even though it is a mixture, it act like a pure substance, so that we cannot separate them by using the distillation process. Such type of mixtures are called azeotropic mixtures. Again these azeotropic mixtures are classified into two types, that is minimum boiling azeotropes, maximum boiling azeotropes. First, minimum boiling azeotropes. Minimum boiling azeotropes means, so what is the meaning of minimum boiling azeotropes? For example, for instance, let us take A and B forms a azeotrope. So here A boils at 100 degrees Celsius, B boils at 90 degrees Celsius, but the both A and B boils at less than 90 degrees Celsius, less than 90 degree Celsius. Such type of azeotrope is called minimum boiling azeotropes. Means mixture boils at less than the boiling temperatures of the two substances. Such type of mixture is called what? Minimum boiling azeotrope. So here means here A plus B, A boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius, B boiling point is 90 degree Celsius, but mixture both A and B boils at less than 90 degree Celsius. Combinedly they boils, so that here we cannot separate them. We cannot separate them. Such type of mixtures are called what? Minimum boiling azeotropes. Generally which shows positive deviation from Raoult's law shows this type of behavior. Means minimum boiling azeotropes. Next, maximum boiling azeotropes means A plus B. So here A boils at 100 degrees Celsius, B boils at 90 degrees Celsius. Here A plus B both boils at greater than 100 degree Celsius. Means the mixture boils at the more than the temperature of that A and B. So such type of mixtures are called what? Maximum boiling azeotropes. So that here also we cannot separate them. So this type of behavior generally shown by the negative deviation from the Raoult's law. So this is about azeotropes and geotropic mixtures. In the next video, I will explain the remaining concept of this solution chapter. Thank you.